Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
If you keep a deep page as a savable data page, this data save option will be enabled. Mostly we'll use databases save an activity. Connectors also might be used, but not frequently. If keep activity is right now, it is recording right now. It is recording. No, keep select activity. See, it is asking for the activity name. You can do your custom activity inside it, like you can do your custom save whatever you want, based on when conditions under you can save it. Whatever the activity you need, you can configure it here. And you can use object save one, all methods inside an activity to save it. And go to the top like. More do you want? You have no. Click on a more read. Only editable and savable. Let me repeat one more. Read only is like, you cannot modify a data even if in the clipboard. And if it is an editable database, you can make a changes in a clipboard. But your representation of some data manipulations, you can make a changes in the clipboard. And if it is a savable database, you can make a changes on a clipboard. And you can save the data back to the database also. You can save the data back to the database also. You understand it. What is in mode of a data page? Read only editable and save. Savable data pages for introducing latest versions of PEGA, like it was introduced in some 8.1 or 8 in 8 cities, I guess. Savable. Previously there are only two modes, read only and editable. Now they have introduced a savable data pages also. Now click on read only, choose select read only now. If you see the scope, there will be 3 scopes. Thread request or a node if you keep editable, only 2 nodes will be there in the selected editable. See only 2 nodes thread and request. If you keep savable also, 2 nodes only will be there. See thread and request. Now you select a read only, let me tell you. Listen carefully. Like all the applications, not only the PEGA application, all the applications will be saved. Host it on a server, right? Host it on a server, right? That server contains many operators, right? Like each server might contain many operators who are actually hosted on a particular server. Now each operator might contain different applications, like suppose there is an operator. Like she might have access to Google Road application or same organization. But if suppose I was hosted with the same server, I might have access to different application like any other application. Hosted with the same server. You understand the concept, right? You look like it in the high level, like every application will be hosted on a server. Hosted on a server, each server will be having multiple operators. Each operator might have different applications or different. what you can say, or different access groups. Based on an access group, on your application will be defined. You understand the structure, right? Server is a whole big circle. Inside servers, you will be having a operators for operators. Each operator will be having a particular access group or a particular application context. Any questions? Still no? You want to say roles assigned to the particular user, right? I'm incorrect. If suppose there is any user called manager, manager will be having a different access group on different applications and all. If suppose he is in front of his worker supervisor, if he is supervisor, he'll be having a different thing, right? In PEGA, like server is called a node. Let me tell you, server is called a node. Operators are called requesters. Now let's see each. Every application will be hosted on a node. Each node will be having and many requesters. Each requester will be having different threads open in them, suppose. Sonali is one requester. Now if she opened a clipboard, once you open your clipboard, if you open a clipboard, you can see her threads like. Now it's visible, you can see. Those are the threads, right? Now what we can say, those are the threads of Sonali. Similarly, for every operator, there will be different threads, right? If she opened any case, like if she opened a case called A1, one thread will be created for her for the case A1. For A2, there will be different thread. If you keep the scope of a data page's thread level, what will happen? The data present on a data page will be accessible only for that particular thread. This is related to data access. Who can access the data? If you keep a scope of a data page's thread level, that data present in a data page, that data page is only accessible by that particular thread. In which scenario? You will keep a thread level data page. Suppose the data page contains information regarding an address. The address of a customer. The address will differ from each customer to customer, right? So you are using PEGA application in Flipkart delivery service or something. The address information, we are storing it on a data page. This address is unique for each and every operator, right? You cannot say this address is something like general information. This is a case. Context information. Context sensitive. They will say, what is case? Text. Sensitive. It will be sensitive information for each and every. Suppose she has created a 1K. I am the customer. I've actually flipped and I have a complaint. They have created a called a 1. Now that address information will be in a clipboard under a data page. You have to keep that database as a thread. The thread left means the address will be different. Each and every thread Actually, you said that. In here, requester is the operator, right? Requesters, operator, whoever the operators are logged into a particular. In that case, this is specific to the operator, or this is specific to the case. It's not specific to an operator, right? If suppose you have logged in and you are getting many calls through a customer. Many people are calling you. You need to do some delivery order related changes to a delivery location. The delivery address is context sensitive to that particular, right? Who has called the customer. It will be context sensitive to the particular thread. You cannot. It you cannot same address to all the customers who called you. The data present. The data page, you have to identify first how the data will be there. Is and every will be same for particular. Suppose you are working in it from in you are working from India. There will be Ella, right? So the data is related to only and Maharashtra, the server who has logged into that particular and Maharashtra server. There will be server for an application, right? You cannot on a single server. You suppose there is a server and they can use that particular information. That information is a general information. That one you can keep a request and every person who calling from and Pradesh, the customer operator, it can use that particular information. Like there is different customer. You can keep the date request. Next thing, there is information. Whenever you integration, you need to store. You need to store input of of right. Suppose telling countries, capital. That is a gen information. Information. You can store it on. Left is a server, right? If you keep an, the database is a node. What will happen? All the operators present in that particular node can access the same data. If the scope is a thread, then it will differ each case itself. It will change the data for case by case. If it is a requester level, all the threads in that particular requester, suppose Sonali is a requester, she is having some 5 threads open like 813, 84, A5, 5 cases. Now all the 5 cases can have the same information. You understand it. If scope is a requester, all the threads can access the data. If it is a node, all the requesters can access the data. If it is a thread, it is a case context sensitive. No one can access that. Only that particular thread can access the data. I mean, who has developed that one, right? The user. No, not who has developed. I mean, who is a particular operator who is having to access that scope thread scope. Correct. Like if suppose you have opened a case called A1. That evaluated data will be present on clipboard, right? Now the data page which is present under A1 can only, you cannot access that data from A2. There is another case called A2. Now 2 cases will be having 2 different data on a clipboard. Got it right? Yes. See, you just understand. Node is a high level. Inside node, you have a requester. Inside requester, you have threads. Node is nothing but a server. Requesters are nothing but operators who are requesting the data. And the next one is thread. Thread is nothing but a cases. Are the cases the pages which you are opening in a dev studio. Now, if you keep it as a node level data page, all the other requesters present in that particular node can access that particular data. If you keep it as a requester data page, if you keep it as a requester data page, all the threads of that particular requesters, if Sonali is a requester, Sonali is having some particular threads in a clipboard. All the threads of that particular requester can access the data. All the threads means the data will be same for requested. It's a personal is requested that the data will be common for all the cases like A1, A2, 3. If I am a requester, for me, the data might be different again. For me, the data might. It will vary from requester to requester, means operator to operator. Node means the data is common for all the operators. Requester means it will differ from requester to requester, but it will be same for across the threads. Like if suppose I am a requester, I am having 5 threads open. The threads means you can assume the cases. 5 cases I have opened. Now, for all the 5 cases, I will be having one common data page for me. You understand that? Any questions here? If it's a thread level, the data will be changing for each and every thread. If you have opened a 1 and you see the data page data, it will be different. A 2 will be different. A 3 will be different. I understand now. Now, if you keep editable or savable, that the node level data page is not visible, right? If you keep editable, node is not visible, right? Because if you keep editable, if suppose an operator is making a changes to a data page, it will be reflected to each and every other operators, right? Because the data is accessible by all the operators, you don't know which operator has exactly made a change. If you have a data page, if suppose one of operators is making a changes, then other operators might also get reflected those changes, right? And you don't know which operator, why he had made it that particular change on a data page, why the data manipulation is done. Whenever you keep editable or savable, the node level will be disappeared. Like you cannot keep the thread as a node level. If they read only that no one can make any changes, then only the node level is visible. Any questions here? No, this is an interview question. It's, what do you know? The scope of a data page. Explain my scope, or they will explain me with the scenario like in which scenario you will use the which particular scope. This is fine, right? Any questions? No. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.